negative cardiovascular outcomes, which is the top like complication. Lost their minds, and they cannot handle it anymore.
All right, so symptom wise, you talk about cardiovascular. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-founder of the Kidney Coach and Cargenesis, a range of natural supplements designed to support those diagnosed with chronic kidney disease. I'm joined today by one of my favorite guests, the wonderful, the amazing Lindsey Zerka. Lindsey is a renal dietitian with a long history of working in dialysis. So let's first talk about deficiency. So if someone was deficient in calcium, talk to me about the labs and then talk to me about what sort of symptoms you might see in a calcium deficiency, because I know people are thinking osteoporosis, but there are a whole pile of other symptoms that can come along in calcium deficient. So walk me through those.
Yeah, and it's tricky too because there's all kinds of different bone diseases going on in people who have kidney disease. So depending on how advanced it is, the labs may not be so reliable. So we'll see if we can shed some light on that. But generally speaking, calcium's lower than 8.8 milligrams per deciliter, since, we got different, units around. That's typically considered low for quote unquote regular people. And I feel like this is always something we need to remind ourselves as providers, is that people who have kidney disease do not have some magical system in place where they actually need more or less of certain nutrients. Their bodies, well, I guess we should say less of certain nutrients, like for phosphorus. People who have kidney disease don't have lower phosphorus needs, and people who have kidney disease, they don't have lower calcium needs. We haven't had studies that show us that. Your body still needs those things. So the problem that gets run into and why the focus is on high is that they're concerned about higher levels causing negative cardiovascular outcomes, which is the top like complication, cause of death, and stuff for our kidney peeps. So so yeah, they're looking at serum levels. But as we've talked about many times with minerals, serum levels are not very reliable. And calcium is definitely a poster child for this. It is so tightly regulated by hormones. And that's why by the time you see weird levels in the blood, that means the hormones have already lost their minds, and they cannot handle it anymore.
Yeah, you're so true. And like iron's the same. Like those two minerals are so tightly controlled by the body because they are ones that need to stay in this really narrow range. And when we're seeing either side, high or low, that's been going on for a long time. Like you say, the whole horse is bolted. Like we're out. To put everything in is not just about reining in calcium. It's about reining in it's like a whole bunch of Mustangs are out and they're missing, and we got to get the whole field back in. So, all right. So symptom wise, you talk about cardiovascular. Are there any sort of really regular symptoms that people with kidney disease might experience if they were too low?
Sometimes high and low sign symptoms are the same. So again, tricky. So you can have with deficiency, you can have muscle cramps, spasms, muscle twitching. But I feel like more with too high of calcium, it's more, why can't I think of the word? But like the muscle cramp just goes like tight, like you can't like unclench your fist. What is the word for that? Why can't I think? So kind of similar but a little different. But people can experience seizures, heart failure, but also brittle nails, dry skin, mood changes like irritability or depression. And then yeah, we have some bone issues like osteoporosis or osteomalacia. But with toxicity, you can have some of those same symptoms. And to add on to it, a lot of times you can, if it gets too high for too long, this isn't an acute calcium issue. It's the chronic high calcium issues. The calcium can get deposited in soft tissue. So that's something that we hear a lot about in kidney disease is the calcification of vessels and and organs and stuff.
Thank you so much. If you want to know more about what we do, please head to www.kidneycoach.com. You'll also find us on Facebook and Instagram under Kidney Coach as well. Make sure you hit subscribe and like. That way you'll be notified anytime we put out more content. If you have any comments or if you've got any stories of calcium, please put them in below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you for being part of our community, Lindsey. Thank you as always for your amazing knowledge and sharing it with the community. I am always eternally grateful.
Thanks, Fiona. Always happy to be here.
Thanks, everybody. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.